Ready to see what mysteries are behind Gravehal's gates? Come on then, I'll lead the way, but stay close. Alder's God doesn't protect us outside Cape Solace. Bye. See? What did I tell you? Magnificent. Bit worse for wear after a couple centuries, but nothing I couldn't fix. Let's see if this key still works. Bye. Don't let them swarm you. This keep is not haunted. It is overrun. Monsters, not phantoms, inhabit its dark hallways. We should move along. We've seen scavs, but nothing more fearsome. These must be the spirits that haunt this place. I'll leave it behind for the keep the first chance I get. The Diverger built Gravehal Keep and all the fastings around the island. A whole tunnel network built for defense. No one knows why they left the island, but it's clear they left in a hurry. Bye. Go on. You've beaten back the beasts. You've braved the shadows. You've earned the right to claim the seat. Sit upon the throne. You are the rightful ruler of Gravehal now. It is finally time for you to claim the throne and make Gravehal keep your own. Bye. This is remarkable. You've done it. For years, the villagers of Cape Solace have been too craven to enter this great hall. And here you are, freshly washed ashore, and you march right in and take it. Haunted? Never. Just a few small beasts, nothing you couldn't handle. Guess the keep had one more surprise left for us. But now, the keep is yours. You're the first master of the keep in nearly 500 years, if you're willing to believe all the legends. Let me be the first to offer you my services, my liege. My liege, I am glad you asked. I've been ruminating over this beautiful structure, devising plans for its improvement. I'll start by restoring the keep inside and out, but I also feel the need for a beast pen in the courtyard. I could easily add that at the same time. I just need you to get me 2 bundles of beechstone, 3 bundles of emberwood, and 3 bundles of sailcloth. Yes, it will allow us to take full advantage of the island's diverse variety of beasts. Of course, we'll soon need to find a suitable beast master to run it. I think I might know just the man, but we'll get to that later. Well, so you do. I'll get to work immediately. Restorations are still not finished. These things take time. Can't say I miss it, but I think it's our duty to offer them any help they need. Emberwood, sailcloth, bear hide, sea steel, and beechstone. They can all be found in sufficient quantities around the island, but not always in the safest locales. The Diverga employed scores of indigenous beasts of this island, training them and harnessing them into service. Bye. Hello.
sorry about your friend, Tari. His loss was unfortunate. But in my time, I've learned that everything occurs according to Akara's plan. We in the village are preparing for the offering ceremony to receive our new scion. Only then will you truly understand. It is when we offer one of our own to Akara, as a gift, and as testament to our trust in his guidance. The ritual takes place once a generation. We bring our chosen one to the mountaintop, where she receives the blessing of Akara and becomes the scion. From that day forward, she holds a place of honor in the village until the next offering occurs. Captain Bratigan explained that you plan to bring dead Kel to justice. I understand your reasons, but the quest is folly. Still, I wish you success. So I will point you in the direction of a man named Key. He is the oldest castaway on Gallows End. He will have answers. Before you speak with him, I must ask you a favor. Your journey will take you past Soul Deep Fasting, where my wife Bridget prepares for the offering. Take her this amulet. She will want it. All scions wear it during the ceremony. It is just down the beach to the west. You will know it by the watchers standing guard out front. Do not provoke them.
Be careful out west. Watch for dead Kel. He has eyes everywhere.
It's gorgeous here. I never thought I'd be so happy to stop moving, to take a break from the rush of wind and waves. So long.
You need something? You've got a ship. You don't need to answer that. I'll see you around.
Watch out for the root golems.
You were right. I explored that wreck beneath the cliffs, and it resulted in some curious scuttle and a few worries. Look what I found in the hole. A blade fashioned from the claw of a beast. If I were to guess right, I'd say it's Niskaru. But I've never actually seen one. I had a chance to scout a bit closer and caught sight of another ship, one that's still intact just offshore. If I were crazier, I'd steal it and make for open sea. But mostly I just want to go after their leader. If his people are here for blood, we'll know soon enough. It was stored in a crate among a host of other odd arcane cargo. Runes and books mostly. I've only heard tales of the Niskaru, but I know enough to fear them. Whoever was on that ship had a strong interest in such beasts. was hoping you'd see things my way. The people in Cape Solace always lay their fates down at the feet of others. Whether it's a Kara, Dead Kell, or even I will go and I will find the one behind this invasion. He will answer to me. She is a Kara's slave, a mouthpiece for the god himself. My mother deserved more of a life than that. She was a great woman, is a great woman. I was born and raised on... while I fit between a Kara, Dead Kell, and my father, the Watchers. They don't look like much of a threat, but they'll melt the flesh from your bones if you so much as look upon the Scion with malice.
What is it you seek? The new Scion must not be disturbed. Her meditations are of great importance to the offering ceremony. Without the proper preparation, she won't withstand the power that comes with Akara's blessing. It will destroy her. It is how a mere man or woman becomes the hand of a god. The successor to the Scion is chosen months ahead of the ceremony, so she can reflect on the importance of her duties. When the offering occurs, Akara passes his blessing to the chosen one, who then becomes the Scion. It is beautiful. He is the reason all of us on Gallows End enjoy peaceful lives, full of grace and enlightenment. He is just, and that is more than we deserve. We are the Watchers. From birth, we are removed from the village and immersed in training. Our gifts come from Akara himself. We are his eyes on Gallows End, his protective hand around the Scion and her people. She embodies Akara's power and represents his good influence here on Earth. Many wish to be the Scion, but ultimately one is chosen. She must be strong enough to contain Akara's blessing, for it would consume lesser beings. It was once a Diverga passage, but after they abandoned this island, it was occupied by the first villagers of Cape Solace. The first Scion resided here, behind these warm, protective walls. Now all Scions undergo their preparations here, safe and under our watchful gaze. Soon, that name will mean nothing. She will be the Scion, Akara's chosen one, and the vessel for his power. I will give her the amulet once she breaks from her meditation. You must leave now. That is not a suggestion. That is not your concern. She is safe. Nothing will happen to the Scion under the gaze of the Watchers. Akara be praised.
Hello.
You must be the great liege that Paddy has been talking about. He kept going on and on about how magnificent and benevolent you are. Honestly, I just agreed to move up here to get out of the wind. That town on the cliff was a bit breezy. Me? I'm afraid I'm not for sale. Just kidding. I know that's not what you meant. Buy me a drink later, and maybe we'll talk. I've got quite the eclectic selection. Kind of out of necessity, seeing as we're in the middle of nowhere. We were caught in a fog bank off the coast of the plains of Erethel when another ship came looming out of the mists in front of us. The captain tried to avoid it, but we ran aground on a reef. The ship broke apart, and I washed up here. I only got a passing glance at the other ship, but I think the name began with a C. Watch out for scabs!
Hey! It's done, my liege. I am certain you'll be impressed. Incidentally, I've taken the liberty of inviting Cillian Keen from Cape Solace to serve the keep as your beast master. You can find him at the beast pen. It's an exquisite beast pen, isn't it? Cillian and his beasts will be very comfortable there. No keep in Icebrine Coast can claim a beast pen as fine as this one. I have only just begun, my liege. Several texts I found in the keep refer to an unusually large armory beside the main structure. For this, I'll need 2 bundles of emberwood, 2 bundles of sailcloth, and 4 bundles of sea steel. The Diverga built armories and trained their masters at arms to divine how much damage you inflict when attacking with weapons or even spells. In my dream, I saw a building flanking the main structure. I now know it's the Armory. It was a place for weapons, as you'd expect, but it was also to be a grand academy for the art of combat. A journal belonging to, I think, the keep's original master-at-arms has convinced me that the collapsed building to the left of the keep was an armory. There are some cryptic references to a method he devised to determine how effective a student is in combat, but it's beyond me. Great. I'll get to work immediately. It's going to be the spitting image of the original structure. When the time comes, we'll have to choose your master-at-arms wisely to be worthy of such an armory. Myfa tells me there's a new arrival in Cape Solace who might be interested. Goodbye.
Hello. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Cillian, the Beastmaster. I'm a world-famous beast trainer. Give me any kind of beast and I'll domesticate it. If you're interested and willing to get some food for me to use as a lure, I can train a beast to be your pet. It's something I've done. I can domesticate almost any kind of animal to live and work at the keep. Well, let me know if you change your mind. Most folks don't realise what a boon pets are. I'm grateful that Alder did so much to provide for us, but I never fit in Cape Solace. I was trained to fight and bend the beast to mankind's service. Not skills in great demand here. We've never needed to fight, thanks to Akara's protection, and Alder refuses to allow beasts in the village. Thinks highly of himself, but there's no one better to have on your side. Paddy promises the world, but he delivers it too. It's a fine pen, and any good beastmaster would be honoured to work. Training a pet for you creates a special bond, giving you benefits in combat. Would you like me to train one for you? Do you fancy a large pet or a small one? Keep in mind, I can only maintain 3 pets at a time. Smaller beasts are easier to care for. What would you like? If you change your mind, you know where to find me. Take care. It makes me happy to be able to train beasts again. Training a pet for you creates a... Would you like me to train one for you? You fancy a large pet? Keep in mind, I can only maintain 3 pets at a time. The bigger the better, right? Which kind would you like? I'm always around if you change your mind. Training a pet for you. Would you like me to train one for you? Do you fancy a large? Keep in mind, I can only maintain 3 pets at a time. Smaller beasts are easier. What would you like? Doggets are fun and easy to keep. I should have one here tomorrow, so check back later. G'day.
can't believe my luck. You're the new Archsage. Please, where can I find food and shelter? A whole Dverga keep, you say? That should do quite nicely, thank you. I wasn't always so gifted in magic. I started to manifest abilities about the same time as I started to notice boys. So my parents sent me off to the Scholia Arcana. Never decided if they were trying to protect me more from magic or from boys. Perhaps one day we can start our own chapter house out here, one to rival even the one in Rathir. We were conducting magical experiments on the open sea. It was thought that we could use our magic to open up a hole in the water. Turns out we did. Only it swallowed the ship whole, killing everyone but me. A pleasure.
Listen to me. You have to listen. She's in there. Angarad is in there, and she won't come out. We have to do something, please. The unthinkable. She made a bargain with the Pirate King himself. Dead Kel. For years, Angarad has yearned for her life back in Drithia. Her days were spent in silence, her nights in a pool of tears. But I never thought she would turn to him. I tried to stop her, I did, but she won't listen to me. We've been friends for 3 years, but that means nothing to her now. Island legend says that Mudhold is where Dead Kel creates his fair Gorta crew with the help of a wizard. I'm not sure exactly. Nina Malloy has probably been there, but where hasn't she been on this rock? She's taken refuge underground, in the crumbling remains of Mudhold fasting. The things she is doing there, you can't imagine. Be careful. Angarad is a delicate creature, and something deep inside of her is shattered. She will not listen to reason, and that makes her dangerous. I don't know how to thank you. She's settled deep in the bottom of Mudhold fasting, where the cavern opens to the cliffs and waters below. She is obsessed with the sea, always searching the horizon for ships. I won't deny it. My life on Gallows End is better than the one I left behind. It's peaceful, beautiful, and I have a purpose. The only reason I ever think about leaving is because of Angarad. The misery casts a pall over everything. I've met a lot of people in my time, and few of them are as genuine and reliable as that group of castaways. I was a fool. I accepted an offer from the Alpha Merchant Navy. They were looking for brave souls to capture Dead Kel and bring him to justice. I was only a boy then, stupid, weak. Within days I was a castaway, which is more than I ever was before. The villagers in Cape Solace call him the Fallen One, and for good reason. Whatever he desires, he takes. Whoever he despises, he kills. If those are not the qualities of the damned, I don't know what are. Be careful. Another one, eh? Well, the carter just keeps drawing them in. Fish trapped in his widening net. What is it you want, castaway? The simplest answer to your problems lies beyond those cliffs there. One swift drop, and then peace. Oh, the priest, eh? How is it that most pawns aren't even aware of the game? Every few years, Alder sends me a hopeless spirit, praying I can provide a fate weaver's wisdom. But I have no hope to give. I have nothing. Dead Kell has seen to that. Look around you. We are damned. I was. You know of fate weavers, then? Know that we are a tragic brood destined for a life of isolation and disappointment. Why read the cards when you already know what they say? I will die on this island, as will you. Where is he? Everywhere, you fool! Everywhere! Try to leave this island, Dead Kell is there. Try to hide in the fastings, Dead Kell is there. You're better off hiding from your own shadow. Ha! Easy for you to say. You've only just arrived on our fair paradise. Come to me again in 20 years. You will not be so spirited then. Perhaps our fortunes would be different if we'd been touched by a Kara, as Dead Kell was. Perhaps not. Only Dead Kell can move freely here. He possesses a ship, one that can navigate these perilous waters. Oh no, we're here to stay. Both of us. Without a boat, we have nothing. It is said the dead Kell is the only mortal to have ever laid eyes upon Akara, to have spoken with him as an equal. Not even the Scion has been so close, and she is linked to Akara through magic. Now you know why dead Kell remains a threat long after he was supposedly killed by the Alpha. He is not a natural thing. His life is both blessing and curse. It is called the Requiem. Years ago, the vessel belonged to dead Kell's lover, the Whispering Witch. But when his own flagship, the Stormbringer, was sunk off the coast, he needed a replacement. As far as I know, it is the only seaworthy ship on all of Gallows End. And what a prize it would be to possess. Wonderful, go! Defeat dead Kell's army of minions. Steal his prized ship out from under him. Oh, I await your victory. If you can steal the Requiem, then I will sing like a seabird. I will tell you all you wish to know. Hope your death is quick. Dead Kell and his hanged men keep the ship in the Dark Harbor, their private port northwest of here. It is the height of idiocy. Even for fools, the villagers of Cape Solace find new and impressive ways to surmount their own stupidity. Every life given to Akara is a life lost. You know as well as I do that Akara does not exist. His magic is merely illusion, his will coincidence. Do not fall prey to the words of the passionate. You will thank me for it. A good man, but woefully misguided. Alder wants to believe in something good, to know that his sentence here was not a punishment for his past. But no good man would ever end up on Gallows End. Don't underestimate the witch. I am a fate weaver, but she has powers beyond even my understanding. I stand by, watching as the threads of fate weave themselves into irreversible patterns. But not the witch. She plays those threads like a harp. Her power is in her ability to stay between our world and the world where destinies are forged. She hides there, between fate and possibility. There is no escape from this island. You will come to learn that in time. fate binds us to its beaches, and only the setting sun ever truly escapes. But even then, it's only for a few hours. I have been on this cursed island for more than a lifetime, longer than any man should rightfully have to wait for death. But that is my fate, you see. To wait. I meant to remain here until my true purpose presented itself. But long have I been searching, and now my only desire is for escape, in any form. Odd creatures, those watchers. Avoid them. You'll thank me later. Oh, I know of them. Not to say that I agree with the practice, because I do not. But they are hard people to miss on this island. The Scion is Akara's greatest triumph. Mortals are trusting. They will follow a god if one of their own tells them to. Don't let anyone tell you that Akara rules this island. Such a claim is fallacy. The pirate is the only one on gallows end with any authority. He will reclaim what is his in the end. You will see. Your destiny is yours.
It's done, my liege. Be sure to have a good look around. I am certain you'll be impressed. Incidentally, I've taken the liberty of inviting Ollie Madsen from Cape Solace to serve the keep as your master-at-arms. You should speak to him in the Armory. Your keep is one step closer to its former glory. With the Armory and a qualified master-at-arms, no invader will ever threaten our peace. This place! It never ceases to surprise me! With it all cleaned up, I was able to spot the entrance to a collapsed tunnel leading from the keep. Once I'd laid eyes on it, I knew I'd seen it in my dream. I'll need some materials, though. 3 bundles of beach stone, 2 bundles of bear hide, and 3 bundles of sea steel. In the dream, this tunnel was a direct passage to shipwrecked sites all over the island, places it'd take days to travel on foot, if you survived the trip at all. The Diverger collapsed the tunnel when they sealed the keep and abandoned the island. I wasn't sure if it would be worthwhile to dig out the tunnel leading from the keep across the island. But now that I've had a chance to investigate the site, I think these passages should be our highest priority. If these tunnels are as I've seen them in my dream, they'll provide a fast and stealthy route to the furthest reaches of this island. With these as our pathways, every wreck will be salvaged and every castaway will be rescued. Well, so you do. I'll get to work immediately. Bye.
Yes, my liege. I've been Master at Arms for both Candrian and Helmgard keeps, training sellswords and lords alike. You may even know my brother Jakin. He's the arena master at the House of Valor. As part of my training routine, I've collected records of who can beat certain monsters the fastest. I can test you against those records. You choose the monster you want to fight, and then I'll tell you how you did. If you set a new record against a monster type, I'll give you a reward. Well, if you change your mind, let me know. Never met anyone who couldn't benefit from more combat training. I come from a big family. My brothers and I used to fight each other all the time. Sure, it may sound like tough love, but it prepared us for this harsh world. Bit boring with nothing to fight, you know. Don't forget to come back soon.
Your pet is all ready and wandering about the keep. Now that you have the pet, you should notice a boost in combat. They have that effect on their owners. If you feed your pet more, the boost will get even bigger. Take care.
If it's not my best, actually, you're pretty much me only customer. Watch out for scabs.
I'm glad you're settling in. It'll take me a while, I'm afraid. Too many strange occurrences on this island. Frankly, I can't believe we're actually standing here on Gallows End. If I weren't still recovering. Dead Kell. His name is a prophecy waiting to... I'm not a sailor by nature. Hate the... Be safe out there.
The tunnels have been cleared, my liege. You are free to roam Gallows End to your heart's contentment. As far as exploring the island goes, I would recommend bringing on Zephyr Land from Cape Solace as your scout. I've never known a more adventurous man than Zephyr. He is, without a doubt, the finest scout and ship spotter in Cape Solace, or anywhere, really. We're fortunate to have such a man. Zephyr seems quite happy with his tunnels, and we're certainly collecting more salvage and saving more castaways than ever. I think you'll like what I have planned next. A vast library! Just imagine! A monument to the wisdom of the ages, standing there beside the main structure, beckoning the unenlightened. But first, I'll need you to get me 3 bundles of bear hide, 3 bundles of ember wood, and 4 bundles of sailcloth. This part of the dream didn't make sense until now. I saw stacks of books, heard strange voices in tongues unknown to me. I believe this library was to be a center for translating arcane and lost languages. Yes, one of them mentions a library. At first, I was confused. I found many books, but not enough to warrant a whole building. But my dream again provided the answer. It's going to be a tribute to knowledge, one that will drive a Dessa to envy. And that you do. Goodbye.
may Lyria bless you, my liege, for saving us from that crude village. I was beginning to despair after being greeted by that heretic who rules it. When Patrick found me and told me of your keep, I moved here immediately. I am unused to surroundings such as these. Perhaps you could hire a maid. I have not had to change linens myself since I was a child. I was sleeping in my cabin when the ship lurched suddenly. The sailors were all exclaiming that something had hit us and that it was a calamity. The ship drifted for days before it finally broke in two. I do not know how I was able to swim so far. Lyria watch over you.
If you need any assistance with gems or shards, just let me know. A pleasure.
Ready for some training? Very impressive and well-appointed. The finest I've ever seen. And I've seen my share of well-armed keeps. Don't forget to come back soon.
Good to see you. Let me know when you want me to go searching for shipwrecks. Didn't spend much time there, but mostly because I like scouting. I'm glad to serve as Gravehal Keep Scout. I already watch for new shipwrecks on the island anyway. At times I find treasure, sometimes survivors, and occasionally trouble. Would you like me to start salvaging? Gallows End is a curious magnet for shipwrecks, and the fruits of these disasters are our lifeblood. You'd be amazed at what I find. Weird stuff sometimes, but most is damn useful. Food, weapons, gold, armor. I find survivors too. Most are friendly, some not. I've been keeping my eye on a few wrecks off the coast for the last few days. Let me know if any of these sound worth salvaging. Well, if nothing else, I should be able to find some good fighting armor. Should only take me a day to get there and back. Be wary.
Cycle the second, the Alfar. You would not enjoy the awkward scrambles needed to traverse this isle, my love. They are treacherous. I must resemble the tumblers we witnessed in Sun Camp all those many nights ago, reeling and twisting. The Arathi were not the only inhabitants of Gallows End, though surely the oldest. Natural caverns in the north and south boast evidence of a variety of other visitors, both man and beast. Alfar weapons and armor litter the beaches, treasures for the taking. They too seem to have departed in haste. It is a troubling trend. What is terrorizing everyone? Give my good wishes to the Templars, dear Netta. As always, you are in my thoughts. Cycle the third, the pirate. Oh, Netta, if you could only see the skies over Gallows End. Magnificent. Do you recall the base-born myth of the Pirate King? They called him Dead Kell. Well, he lives, my love, and is as existent as you or I. Not only that, but has built quite the harbour on our hidden isle. Years of his miserable life have been spent in this grand endeavour, time that could have been better spent. Strange. All my records indicate that Dead Kell was butchered not long ago by the Alfar of all people. Clearly such reports were erroneous. I must tread carefully. Dead Kell's minions prowl the wharves and tidal pools, and he promises the gallows to any who come seeking his capture. I do not wish to risk a misunderstanding. Oh, Netta, I grow so weary of this isolation. This leave-taking may very well be the death of me.
Who dare? What do you want? Don't you know that Dead Kel will kill you if he finds you scurrying around in his tunnels? You should have better sense. Better sense than me, at the very least. I am Angarad Glindower. Why? Who are you? You may not believe it to gaze upon me, but I was once a civilized person. A wife. A mother. A mage. All that was taken from me when I awoke on Gallows End. Years I've wasted here. Years I will never recover. But no more! I am fulfilling my purpose, doing what needs to be done to release me from my imprisonment. Fair Gauta are not easy to create. It takes time, energy, power. But I do it, because Dead Kel and I have an agreement. He is not as cold as they say, and he has his reasons for being a monster, just as I now have mine. I belong to no one! Kel and I have an agreement. That is all. He has sworn to take me back to civilization. Back to Rathir. Home. But I must create for him enough fair Gauta crewmen to see him through his coming conquests. I possess rare skills, especially so far from the Scholia Arcana. It seems mages are in short supply on Gallows End. And you would take me with you? Back to Rathir? I have no need of Dead Kel's bargain if I can find another way to escape Gallows End. I will choose to believe you, but only because I wish to return to my children as the same woman who left them. I cannot become a monster. I am no one. I practiced magic in the Scholia Arcana as an adept. I had a husband and 2 children. The Order asked for volunteers to protect a shipment of goods for the Allmain. I still don't know why I did it. At first, I found it serene, an island of quiet in the bustle of our maddening world. But the call of home soon became unbearable. He is one to be feared. Clever and charismatic, the epitome of a rogue. Or at least he was, before his untimely death. I wanted to believe him. Who doesn't want to hear that their dreams can become a reality? Goodbye.
Hello, my friend. I don't know how you managed to convince Angerod you found a ship. Frankly, I don't care. She's free. All I ever wanted was to keep her safe and to get her home. Friends protect each other. And perhaps she has become more than that to me. Even if my feelings were never returned, Angerod will see her family again, but not from dead Kel's prow. I promise you that. Goodbye. Be safe. Carloman and I are eager to leave this place. It is far more peculiar than we anticipated. The research does not do its perversion justice. My brother Carloman and I were recruited to assist Templar Tenses in this expedition. No doubt because of our superior insight. We were also available. Yes, I have caught whispers of this man and his history. Why is it that other races are so transfixed by the exploits of cutthroats and cretins? You'd assume they have nothing more worthwhile to aspire to. You may call me Scholar Manoise, the Elder Manoise, as in Louis Manoise, author of the treatise on the origins of the Fey kind. Surely you've heard of it? It is quite well known. In certain circles. Farewell.
I keep waiting for the Templar Tenses to tell us we're leaving Gallows End. Nothing yet. I am Scholar Manoise of the Basilica Nostra. My brother Louis and I were nominated for this expedition because of our exemplary work on the Frostbreak Sea chronology. Perhaps you have heard of it. Probably not. I studied the region ahead of time, assembled a collection of the library's best references. I must admit that the island is much different than I expected. I preferred the books. Dead Kel. Sounds sinister. Should I be concerned? This is all very exciting. I've never met a pirate before. Are you a pirate? Aye.
Blast! We're discovered! Stand clear! Our business does not concern you, Longlegs. Pepin will be back momentarily with the tome, and then we will be on our way. Until then, do not interfere. It is called the Tome of Contrition, and it is a record of gnomish experience throughout the ages. But that is all I can say. To reveal more could be detrimental to our expedition. Now, if only Pepin would return from undersea fasting. A dread cloud hangs above this island. I can feel it. The Tome of Contrition was stolen by the Diverga in one of their barbaric raids. During the Edessa migration, we gnomes transported many artifacts from across the seas to the Great Library. The temptation was too much for such savages. But of all the relics lost to us, the Tome of Contrition is the most important. It is not my place to explain, and not yours to know. I will put it this way. The loss of such a book could do irreparable harm. I'm not sure. Obviously, I cannot pursue him. It is my duty to stay here, to see to our higher purpose. But something must be done. Pepin's tardiness is a concern. Fine. Yes, it is decided. You may find Pepin, and you will be rewarded for doing so. But I accept no responsibility for your safety. None whatsoever. It is inland, beyond the cliffs. We have made our camp here so as not to arouse suspicion in the villagers to the east. Castaways are an excitable breed. It is the closest the Diverga on this island had to a vault. Their most valuable plunder is stored deep in its dark and dripping corridors. Tracking the tome to this location was a monumental effort on the part of our scholars and mariners. Piracy is a dirty business, and I prefer to retrieve what we came for and depart. I find this sort of setting to be rather agitating. So sinister. I am aware of him. The comings and goings of barbarous rabble is not my province. The fact that I am here on this rock at all is proof that I've somehow offended my superiors. It is torture. They'd sooner burn a book for warmth than learn how to build their own fire. The sea dwarfs have no respect for what we hold dear. They aren't fit to walk the earth. That is why they're exiled to the oceans. I am Templar Tensez, here on behalf of the Basilica Nostra. The work of scholars is not usually my concern, but the Tome of Contrition is a particularly sensitive item, and its fate is of an importance far beyond academics. He means well, but neither his intellect nor his discipline are up to the caliber of even our weakest scholars. Pepin is perfect for tasks like this one, of the run-and-fetch variety. The tome was taken from one of our relic galleys during the migration to fill the great library of Edessa. As it always is with the Diverga, they had no idea of the worth of what they'd taken. Be gone now.
Some monsters chased me away from that shipwreck before I could escape with the loot. It's all bagged up. You just need to retrieve it. You'll have to retrieve the loot I gathered from the wreck. Some beast surprised me and I had to flee. I should be able to reach any wreck in no time with these. Be wary.
It's done, my liege. Be sure to have a look around. I am certain you'll be impressed. Incidentally, I've taken the liberty of inviting a recent castaway, a Deirdre Gwent, to serve the keep as your librarian and linguist. You should speak to her in the library. We've built out, yes, but now it's time to build up. In my dream, the keep was much taller than it is now, and the debris does suggest that there was once a second floor above the throne room with an art gallery. I'll just need you to get me the following materials: 4 bundles of beechstone, 3 bundles of emberwood, 2 bundles of sailcloth, and 3 bundles of sea steel. The books mention the construction of a second floor, but nothing about how it was used. Perhaps it was just there to make the keep taller and more impressive, so I'm all for that. My dream sheds no light on how the second floor was used. I recall flashes of gold and other bright colors, but I don't know what to make of that. I suppose I'll just build it and see what inspiration occurs. I'm not sure that the Diverga are much into art, but it was in my dream that the second floor was an art gallery. Excellent. I'll get started immediately. It is a perfect place to display and preserve the ancient books I found in the keep and any we find as we explore the island. Gravehal could become a center for learning and for the translation of strange and ancient tongues. Bye.
Oh, hi.
Greetings. This island is quite fascinating, all the magic swirling about. Deirdre is quite useful to have around. She's even helped me translate an ancient book on spellbinding. A pleasure.
Oh, hi. Welcome to Gravehal Library. I didn't know what I was going to do down there without something to read. Even from a young age, I loved languages. I grew up in a town with Alfar, humans, and even a gnome. Made it easy to pick up their native tongues. It's already a fine collection of lost books thanks to Paddy's diligent searching. I hope you will add to it if you discover books around the island. See you.
Well, I'll be. It's nice to see a fellow traveler running the show. Paddy's been so kind to take me in after my ship wrecked. Don't worry, though. I'm putting myself to use. I sell things, and buy them too. No questions asked. I was doing a stint in Moon Camp when old Irian caught me cheating in dice. He kicked me out of the camp, so I got on the next ship out of Rathir. I was hoping to end up in Edessa, not this crazy island. takes one to know one. I like what you've done here, like our very own traveler's camp. I didn't really buy my way here so much as stowaway. Things went south when the captain found me and tied me to the sail. That probably saved my life, though, or else I'd be as dead as the rest of them. Thanks for stopping by.
Lyria's blessings on you, my liege. Lyria watch over you.
try something? Take care, my liege.
Ah, thanks for returning my bag. I wasn't expecting to be surprised by those beasts. I can go searching again whenever you wish. These are the recent wrecks I've seen. If any of them seem worthwhile, let me know. Knowing gnomes, they'll probably just have a ship full of books. I should be back tomorrow. Be careful.
You cannot hide your amazement. Truly, your facade is a weak one, my liege. But still, I appreciate the effort. But what is an art gallery without an artist? The painter Benwick Atham from the village showed interest, so I invited him to join us here. You will find him in the gallery, searching for inspiration. I find it curious that our keep's every need seems to be filled at just the right moment. An artist and a linguist arrive on our beach just as we build a library and a gallery? Preposterous, right? I fear I'm starting to agree with one thing Alda says. Akara brings to the island those who need to be here. Though I had no idea I was building an art gallery, I dare say I may have created the world's finest purely by accident. I feel there's one more project in store for your keep, but I need to examine the old structures more closely, and I must meditate further on my dream. One bit of my vision tantalizes and confounds me. I saw a tower and a ship, but I don't understand how they're connected. I shall ruminate. Goodbye.
It's quite the beautiful day. Paddy found a bunch of old paintings during his last construction. They're all fairly damaged, but I believe I can restore them using some magical paints. However, I will need you to go kill some monsters for me. You see, my magical paint soaks up the essence of beasts when they die. Not only will that make it possible for me to restore the paintings, but the paintings will take on magical properties. A little something given to me by a gnome scholar. They capture the essence of beasts when they're killed nearby. The gnomes said they were still experimental, but they seem to work fine. Okay. This first painting appears to be some kind of cave. It should be interesting to see how it turns out. For this one, you'll need to kill some mergen and scavs. Bring the vials of paint back to me once they've changed colour. You need to tint the vials I've given you by killing certain corresponding monsters. Bring the vials back to me once they've changed colour. I wasn't doing anyone any good there. I need to be where there's beauty. My muse summoned me at a very young age to keep my hands supple for painting. I asked Alder to find me some non-physical labour to do. He started talking about pitching in and helping, and I may have stopped listening. Nothing is more exciting to an artist as a massive room of blank, flat walls. Ah, how I shall fill them! Bye.
I hope you're here to put a little gold in my... Thanks for stopping by.